Welcome back to Going Corn. This is Season 2, Episode 10 now, I believe. I'm still sure of that, Caleb. I am. Anyway, so...
10 more than Strike Zone.
Oh, wow. Well, if you count the crossover, that's 9.
That wasn't Strike Zone. It was produced by Going Corn.
Anyway, let me introduce my co-host, the Arkansas right fielder to my fly ball, Caleb Jonkman.
I thought that would be your Nick Madrigal to Austin Warner's penis because he's going to stroke it to him, too.
But I thought if you didn't see that, Arkansas right fielder did not call for the ball, and it dropped, which then caused them to lose the game. They tied it up, Oregon State. Then they lost. Then they come back the next day and get shut out, the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Crazy.
Too bad, too sad. So Oregon State wins. That's good for them, I guess. Speaking of...
I think the Liners would beat him in wiffle ball.
Oh, okay.
Just a thought.
Nick Madrigal will go crazy.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
he couldn't
would.
throw that thing.
Yeah, he can.
We've seen that D1 pitchers can make a move to wiffle ball.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, we'll get that on in a little bit. But, yeah, so we're going to talk for a little bit about the week, and then we have a couple special guests for you this week. We got Jared Jonkman and Bo Hofstra, the aforementioned D1 baseball player that plays in wiffle ball here in Leroy. So, Caleb, thoughts from the week? Looking back, another 2 losses for the Narwhals on a struggle. Haven't scored in 3 games. That's
oh gosh,
that's a little rough. But
well, the Clams won too. At least we know there's some life.
Hey, and you know what? My matchups of the week were actually good matchups of the week because everyone said, "Oh, it was Dusters Hawaiians." But
right.
The Sultans game, your game ended with a walk-off.
Extra innings, yeah.
I know, not what you expected, but
no, I did not expect the
Dusters Hawaiians game was close though. It was 4-3.
Yeah, but I mean Joffrey.
Joffrey. So this guy gets signed last minute. His name's Jeffrey, but it's spelled G-E-O-F.
No, it's not. It's not said Jeffrey. It's Joffrey. That's his name.
I thought he said it was actually Jeffrey.
He may have, but we're calling him Joffrey.
Yeah. So the Sluggers win 2. The Sultans win 2 again. Badgers go 1-1. Liners go 1-1. Sliders 0-2.
Shocker.
Truckers 0-1. Clams 2-0. And Bombers go 1-0. So yeah. Oh, and then did I say Dusters? No. Dusters split on the day, and Hawaiians lost both on the day. So, if we're looking at standings, anything come out to you there? Any surprises? I mean, pretty much everything we said kind of happened there.
No.
The Clams got off the schneid. That's good.
Yeah.
They're on a 6-game losing streak. They come back, win both.
I think we're at the point where we pretty much know what everyone's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, just getting geared up for playoff time, solidifying rosters.
So, going backwards in standings, you got Narwhals, Flying Hawaiians, Truckers, Sliders, Clams, Bombers at the 6th spot, Dusters, Badgers, Squints, Liners, and now the Sultans of Soy alone at the top at 12-3 with that win over the Liners. So, yeah. Anything else from that week? Next week, we're playing on Tuesday, July 3rd, this week.
You won't be here.
I will be in Florida, so big shout out to that, yeah. So,
what will you be doing?
I will be at a board game convention.
Right on.
Yep. We're playing the Bombers next week, so we'll have probably Jackson, Mitch, maybe another Taka driver. Who knows which one it's going to be, though? Could be Bartley. Could be
I hope it's
else.
Mike Kabaki.
He's not on the Taka driver, so
no, that's debatable. We'll see.
Okay. Anyway, so
we've got a fun show here.
Let's see. Any games that stand out? Liners, Clams. No.
Oh.
Dusters, Bombers.
Ratatouille will be making an appearance.
Oh, no.
Ratatouille.
The controversial Jeremy Radijak will be making. We didn't get to that topic last week. Thanks for that, Caleb. But
You're welcome.
Jeremy Radijak will be on the liners, making his Leroy debut.
Yep.
Truckers, Hawaiians, that's a big game for the bottom halves. And Hawaiian Sliders, a lot of bottom teams playing each other. And then you got me playing the Bombers. I only got one game next week. So Badgers are going to lose the Sultans of Soy. And they've got the Dusters in the second game. That could go either way. So
was it right that I saw that there were 3 teams ahead of the Badgers in the standings?
I believe you are correct.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
They're sitting in the 4-seed.
Man, that's tough.
As Sheriff's now in the room. Anyway, so I think that's going to do it for our talk. Any other points you want to make before we get on to our segment?
No, I don't know.
All right, so we are going to be doing another. Don't do that. That's going to be another Around the Horn session here with Bo and Jared. So let me introduce both of my guests. We're going to start off with Bo Hofstra. Bo, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well tonight. And the sheriff, the birthday man himself.
You betcha,
from
Greg.
Wednesday.
It's good to be back after a long hiatus.
Okay. He's 20 years old now. He's got a little more confidence, a little pep in his step. He's not
and still with no podcast, thank God.
There'll be a pitch about my next podcast coming out, so take a listen. Throw out me some name suggestions. But I
didn't hear a word you just said in that sentence.
Okay, you can just.
You're talking too fast.
You can shove it.
Tip
shove it.
Tip number
there
one.
will be a podcast.
$1, $1, $2, $2. Do I hear $3? Do I hear $4? $4, $5. He's got the hat on too.
Like
he's the auctioneer sheriff.
Okay. My show's been approved by the commissioner. It's in the works.
All right. So
I'd love to see that on paper.
So again, we've
it's been over text message, so shove it.
So I'm going to be the moderator again for this thing. I don't know how this always happens, but we've had some questions made out by the
because you're really good at resolving conflict. We saw that today.
Shut up. On the low key, Greg almost got
his ass beat. That's what happened.
That's true.
Just don't be a douche.
I was not.
Douche nation.
Put me off first. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go around. You know the drill. I'm going to ask everyone the question.
Real
I'm going to give points
Greg.
based on how well you articulate your point. I don't have to agree with it. I'm just saying if you just ramble up there and say the same thing 10 times, you'll get 1 point because that's one statement you've made.
Sheriff.
All right.
I'll see you in the championship.
I have to make sure which question is which here since some clowns decide they want to put 2 questions on each side. Nope, that's not the one. All right. Should we continue Facebook Live commentating even though it's a not good time and we don't acknowledge our sponsors? Caleb, we'll start with you.
Can you say the question one more time, please?
Yeah, well, this is definitely not written by a competent person here. Should we continue Facebook
Live?
and
just for reference, both people that wrote, either one that wrote these are both in college and can't articulate a sentence, so I don't know what to say about that.
Should we continue Facebook Live commenting even though it's a crap show and we don't acknowledge our sponsors?
Yes. I think Tim this season has been able to kind of create some hype around those games. We're not getting the viewership that some people think we should be, but last year we didn't really get a ton of viewership either until the playoffs came. So being able to potentially promote those games a little bit more, not just through the newsletter, but maybe putting it up a few days before or being able to highlight certain key players on those teams could give us a boost. But we've poured all this time and energy into getting the Connex and the Facebook Live game going. I think it would be a waste to try and not do it anymore.
All right, Bo, your thoughts. Should we keep doing commenting?
I find the Facebook Live games very eventful at the game. During the playing, the commentary is quite funny, but I'm not currently watching the games, or I don't know any of who is watching the games, so I don't know if our brand sponsors are even getting named or if they are even getting listened. So I don't know if it's a good time.
Anyway, thanks, Bo, for that. All right. Sheriff, your thoughts?
Greg, I see it like this. Okay, we're at the stage of our league now where we need some professionalism. You know, we're hyping these games up on the internet. I want some professionalism up on there. Oh, you're showing me my count, and I still got 0.
For all the viewers, it says 00.
You cannot do that yet, Greg. You threw me off here. I have listened to it half a dozen times. I can count on my hand how many times our sponsor have been mentioned. They are giving their hard-earned money to our league, and I think we should give them something back to
Live
them.
look at Jared's response.
I am not interrupting you when I'm talking. This is just plain disrespectful. This is just.
all of you.
Can I get a subtraction of points, Greg, for that one?
No,
Oh,
this
yes.
is an absolute outrage.
No.
What is this point he's trying to make?
All right.
I am trying to convey my point here, and you're just being a complete
Jared,
dick and not
please
letting me
continue.
go on.
There is nothing related to wiffle ball in his answer right now.
I'm trying. Anyway,
All right,
like I was
continue.
saying, Greg, can I continue?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Please.
Like I was saying,
Time's
we need
up.
professionalism
Oh,
in
God.
this league. And right now, we're having a bunch of guys cracking some beers in the booth, having a fun time. I don't mind that. But please, have some professionalism. Say who's up to bat, who's pitching, what's the score, and not just commenting on who has got a bigger dick out there or not. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm trying to
Okay,
say.
keep it in your pants there, bud.
Next question. I'm going on mute.
Okay. Okay,
Alright.
Carl Coffee. I will say kudos to Brett for trying to, get the broadcast going a little bit more, but you got our thing muted. So when people try and watch it, it's just blacked out. So no music when we play, please. All right. So, this question's from Caleb. It's an actual question for once. We're going to start off with we're going to go back around the horn with Sheriff first. So, Sheriff, rank your top 2 players in each category of 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. So we're talking 1s, Wes, Jackson, Caleb, like 1s. Who are your top 2 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s?
We're talking top 2 of each?
Yes.
So, okay. So top 1s would definitely be Caleb, and Wes, in my opinion.
Okay.
Caleb is dominant as ever, MVP candidate as usual. There's no one comparing to him right now, so definitely the top 1. Wes on my team, he's light years ahead of me in pitching. We're batting the same pretty much, so in my opinion, he is a good one. 2s, I would be a top 2, and Jackson's a good 2, in my opinion.
Hey now.
Oh.
Hey,
He's got a $52
Hey.
salary.
we're talking teams
How's the
here. If
Narwhal's
he's on my
record?
team, me and him are kind of 1 and 2.
Okay.
I am going in hot takes here, Greg.
All right. Well,
Wow, that's a hot take.
That is a hot take in my
Okay.
opinion.
So 3s.
3. 3s. I don't even go down this far. Oh, you're showing your score? Greg, this is collusion. You are taking me down.
Well,
You still haven't answered the question.
I'm drinking a
3s.
3. This is right off the top of my head here.
that's what happens when you're first sometimes.
You know what? I'm done with
Sometimes
this
you're first,
question. I'm
sometimes
going
you're
on mute.
last.
Bo, take over.
Okay, so we stop at 2s then. Yeah. So, Bo, your thoughts. I know you don't know a whole lot of people in the league, but in your opinion, so let's go through 1s. We're talking Caleb, Jackson, Wes, Eric. We're talking Brett. Who else? Marty.
Jack
all your
Hilligans.
1s. Yeah, Jack. John Gibson.
All right.
You
He's
played
not
in the
around
league
the
5
leagues.
years.
So
Go ahead.
out of those guys, pretty much every owner except for Jack and Jackson, Zia, and who would you think? Just from your impression, you've only played a couple weeks here, but
For my short stint in the Leroy League, I know the fan favorite in the league person is Caleb, so I'd have to go with him as a number 1. And I don't think anyone's more dominant in pitching or is right up there with him is Wes. So I'd have to go him 1 and 2 or 1 and 1.
yeah, for the
2.
1s, yep.
And then for 2, I'd go with my fellow Badger, who is also sitting right next to me.
Or his
Jonkman.
best butt buddy, but okay.
And then another number 2, I'll probably take a stab at this one and say Robbie Zanstra as a 2.
That's hot take there. Oh my
These
goodness.
are some
That's another hot.
These
Yeah,
are some
Jackson Bazia and
controversial-
Robbie's answer
are
are twos. Let's cut it off at twos then, because that's what Sheriff did. So, Caleb,
No,
you can elaborate.
I'm
on
giving
your
my whole
yeah.
answer.
Oh, I was going to say 3
Oh, you have
Go
threes?
ahead. Keep going.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
by 3, I would have probably said Jackson.
Oh, you're definitely getting a minus for that.
In my opinion, I think Robbie is a better all-around player.
Okay, we're talking about
No, we're talking about
So number ones
so
would
your
be
number
salary
one-
range from like 40.
no, it's not. Okay, so each team you have a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
we're
if you
saying the
look at
top
your
two.
team,
Let me
the
explain
Badgers.
because obviously he didn't track your explanation. Your ones, so every team's 1. So the top 2 ones in the league. Do you get what I'm saying? And then out of all the people that hit second, who are the best 2 players that
Like
hit second?
who
Your
do you-
the best 2
yeah.
that hit third, the best 2 that hit fourth.
So
I
like
thought it was
for
just-
example, against the Bombers, Colin is their number 2.
I have no clue who any number 2
Okay.
are.
Okay then.
So
So
this question is invalid.
All right.
so all right. So Caleb,
God.
as I said,
All right. My top 2 ones is me and Jackson. Jackson's been able to carry load for the Narwhals. He single-handedly made them competitive. And then, I'm playing well. 2s
Way to
would
tip
be...
your cap to yourself.
Well, I'm not playing bad. I wouldn't say that. Um,
You said yourself as a number 2, so I think he can say himself as a
Mm.
1.
um,
2s.
number 2, Garrett Lytle's looked really good this year.
Mhm.
And I think he's a big reason why Eric's been able to see success. So I think Eric is a top 2. Jared's also a top 2. I mean, him and Wes combined are probably the best 1-2 punch in the league. And I'm telling you something. By the end of the year, I think Alec Gerlach could have an outside chance to be in that top 2
Oh,
right
yeah,
there
I think so.
with how he's been playing. As a 3s, the top 3 in the league is Luke Prince, without a shadow of a doubt. He's looked really, really good this year. And then another 3 that'll sneak up on you is Brian Travis, sitting there with the Truckers. If he can develop his swing and be a little more consistent on the mound, he could be up there.
Yeah, I
and-
think they said he was 0 for 5 with like 4 strikeouts in
Yeah.
that one game.
Yeah, just got to get a little more consistent. And then for 4s, we've got Justin. Justin, I believe, is the best 4 in the league right now with how
I
he's
disagree with
played.
that.
And okay, well,
I think it's Ryan Barnes.
is it?
He struck you out.
Okay.
What's the difference in salary though? Justin's
Mm,
salary is
salary
almost
says-
$30
So
I'm sticking
From
with my man.
13.
Ryan Barnes is the best 4th in the league. You heard
from
it here
13. Dude.
great.
He's
first. Ryan
second.
Barnes. That's all I'm saying. Ryan Barnes.
Sheriff, he's
Next
second and
question.
most improved behind Wes, who's having a monster season. So, anyway,
I don't know. There just must something have been lost in translation that he apparently has the most talented team in the league, but is 4th. So that makes sense. But so I'd say Justin, then probably Barnes. Yeah, is the other one. So that's my group.
thanks for the vote of confidence in that one. Anyway, next question.
You want me to
I'm
say
going on
Grant?
mute. I was going to say me, but
You didn't even play against us, Grant.
I'm not Grant.
I said Greg.
You said Grant.
Oh, my bad. I said Greg.
All right. With the Clams, 2-week win. That's not right. Again, with the college kids. With the
Are
Clams,
you guys
2-win
honestly
week.
special or what?
With the
I don't
Clams,
remember any classes I took
2-win
at Purdue
week is what it
University.
should say. Last week, are they finally back on track? Bo, start us off.
I do remember that the Clams won 2 games this week. Other than that,
I know who's getting kicked off after this round. I think it's going to be a Jonkman showdown. Anyway, Jared, do you have anything to add? You're still behind Bo in terms of points, so
That's saying something.
I'm
Wow.
behind Bo. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying. The Clams
You
are
weren't saying
finally-
anything. You just went into what I was saying,
okay,
but you weren't
Nat,
saying anything.
Stop.
Greg, edit
Jared,
this all
just
out.
talk.
Okay, the Clams after losing 6 games in a row, it was looking very bad. Matt in the last loss chucked his water jug to who knows who and it exploded into oblivion.
Talk
Came
a
back
little
this-
slower. A little slower. Thanks.
One more interruption from you. That's all I'm saying.
This is not pardon the interruption. This is around the horn. I'm gonna mute you. You're on mute.
How'd that work?
I will mute you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
We're waiting.
I
Matt
will
came
unplug
back
your
this week, talked some serious trash over Twitter against the Truckers. His team proved he can come back from this, and now they're back on track for more. And I see big things in their future that are going to come. Next question.
Good points there. Caleb.
Matt Lucas, and then their third.
They're rotating between
It's Kev, it's
Kevin
Kev.
and
So, I mean, Kevin is the swing for them. I mean, Kevin's high energy. He can pitch well. He can hit. He's fast. He's a good
playing
fielder.
one more week and then he's done.
So, I mean, that success might be short-lived. I've said this the whole year. It's on Matt. If Matt plays at his $45 level, they're a top 5 team. If he doesn't, then they'll sit where they're at. So it's very simple with the Clams.
Very good, very good. All right, last question for this round. This will be 4 questions. So, standings. We've got Bo and Jared are tied at 5. And
That's
Caleb,
bad, man.
Caleb has 9. All right. No, save that one. Oh, real question. That's good to know. Real question. With playoffs coming into conversation time, what team is the standout favorite this year? Another poorly constructed sentence. Caleb.
I don't think there is one.
Wrong.
If you guys just say the Badgers don't have any good points, you're not going to get any.
I don't.
points.
There
You're
isn't
both
one.
gonna be eliminated.
Every single team has a glaring weakness in their roster from the top 4. You look at the Sultans. The Sultans don't have a 4th, and they're inconsistently showing up. I have my full team, but James and Justin can struggle from the mound at times. Even Alec can. The Sluggers have hitting issues at times, with Eric being their number 1. His bat's cooled off, and then their 4 is a little sketchy. And 2 through 4 on the Badgers can hit, but they are very inconsistent on the mound. So every team in the top 4 is a glaring issue. There's not a single team that I see right now that is a favorite that you look at and say, yeah, they're going to win the ship.
Okay, Jared. Okay.
I disagree. I believe that, like in the NBA, Caleb would be the LeBron of the Cavaliers, and if Caleb is the overall number 1 person, and he is currently ranked 2nd with 1 loss behind the Sultans of Sultans of Soy, that I believe that Caleb should be going in the number 1 fan favorite.
I don't want that.
Yeah. Keep talking, Bo. You're making some good points.
I believe that because if he can lead his team of low salary players to this far, and everyone's scared of him playing, that I feel like a Sultans of Soy team that is in now first place, and they'll have to lose or play Micah Hescott that's coming in during playoff time. I believe that Caleb should just wash the table. Jared?
Probably the best answer we've heard all night.
Both of you are wrong. Clearly wrong. And here's what I'm saying.
Jared,
1
you're
through
chasing a couple. You better make some good points.
Okay. 1 through 4. Here's how I see it. Sultans, as Caleb said, clearly don't have a 4. Come playoff time, they have to throw Micah Hescott. And what are you going to get with them? You're just going to get home run over home run off of the kid. Then you come to the liners. From the beginning, we know Caleb has been playing with traffic cones. And yes, he has brought him up to a level that no one thought could. But still, is he going to get 8-run Hayworth or 1-run Hayworth in the playoffs? It's bound to happen, and hopefully he gets 1 run. But if he gets 8-run, how are you going to make up for those runs? Then you come to Squints. Squints is a run-and-gun team, in my opinion. If the wind's blowing in, they're going to beat you. Okay, they're going to run the bases down your throat, and they're going to show you no mercy. Then you come to my team, the Badgers. We're a hard-hitting team. If you get the wind blowing out or no wind, we're going to murder you with runs. Okay? We're going to slow you down with pitching, though. That's where we lack. We don't have a strong third in pitching. Shane's been working on it, though, and I see his
Or
improvement. Okay.
Stop.
I'll take it with a grain of salt.
Colony
So, in my opinion, I'm right with there is no definite sure, but I'll toot my own horn and say the Badgers are gunning for the championship.
So whoa. Time out.
He skirts around.
Time out.
That is the biggest
Halt on
waste
the
of
play.
time.
Throw a flag on the play. I'm gonna agree and say there's no real favorite, but I'm gonna toot my horn. It's the Badgers. Oh, okay. For that alone, eliminate his ass. That
I
is
gave you good points.
Okay.
And I threw out my opinion in the end,
You
Greg.
gave me points. All right, stop. I
Oh,
need to
my-
tell you the final results here. It was a close one.
If you cut me out, Greg, I gave more points than Bo, okay?
Bo's last point got him a lot, though.
Oh, come on.
What? He had a good articulated answer.
So did I, but Caleb, every time I'm trying to
No,
talk,
you-
is shutting me
you-
down.
Okay, yeah, you yeah, you said okay. You didn't start off. Hey,
Everybody in the league knows I
time
toot
out.
my own horn for my team. I
Time
love my
out.
team.
I'm gonna pull your mic if you don't shut up. This is what happened, Sheriff. Okay.
Read us the standings,
You-
Greg.
Well, I asked the question: is there a clear favorite going into the playoffs? And you decided not to say yes or no. You just said, well, let me give it to you. Here, the Sultans are this. This is this. You didn't. You gave me a couple points, and then you just said, well, there is no clear favorite, but I'm picking the Badgers. As always. Why do you think we cornhole you from the show? That's kind of why. Caleb
You
got
know what?
11. Bo got 9. And Sheriff got
8.
8.
Okay.
Oh, and Sheriff.
Y'all
Any
if y'all
parting
want to listen to a
words?
real podcast, come listen to my podcast in a couple
All
weeks.
right.
Screw
handing
going
off
corn.
Mike. All right. We'll be back in just a second with the last half of Going Corn. So, Bo, what are your thoughts now on the Poopnadoes, or a.k.a. sliders?
I believe that Papa of the league, Moselle, will.
There we go.
I believe that the Data League, Moselle, will turn around his team come playoff time. I believe that once he figures out his salary problem, if he in fact can do that and can start playing again, I believe that he'll have a shot to going far enough in the tournament to make some noise.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting thoughts.
And his role players do enough to help his lead act. And but the strong question is, will John return, and is he healthy enough to make an impact?
Interesting. A lot of good points there about the sliders. I'm going to have to give the slight edge to Caleb on that one. So it was close, though. It was close. Jared, you're out of the game, so hold off over there, please. You're going to be sitting on the couch just like week 2 of the playoffs for the Badgers. All right.
Oh, man! Wow.
Nope, he's out of the game. Don't hand it back to him.
Sorry,
No.
you've been muted.
What is one team in the top 8 you do not want to face in the playoffs? Bo, we'll start with you. Besides the Badgers, please, unless you've got good points.
The top 8. Let's see. The top 8. Let's see. I believe obviously the 1 and 2 I don't want to play.
So
Was
we're
that the-
looking at
Was that the
Sultans,
Poopnadoes?
Sultans, Liners, and then 3 is Sluggers, Badgers, Dusters,
I
right?
thought it was Dusters Badgers.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. Badgers, Dusters.
know.
Yes. And then 5 is Dusters, 6 is Bombers, 7 is Clams, right?
Yep.
And then truckers. Right?
Yep.
Or no.
Yes.
Well,
Or
that
Sliders.
being said, my thing stands with being the number 1 and 2. Obviously, don't want to play them, but one down in the barrel would be the Bombers. The Badgers had a tough loss with them that week. They had a lot of great pitching, but the Badgers just couldn't hold off the good arms at the top of the game and at the end with Brett Detmar. He's a truly good pitcher, and we just couldn't push a run or more than 3 runs across to tie them and make the game interesting.
So
All right, Caleb.
the team I would not want to face, being completely honest, probably be the Sluggers. I think 1 through 4, they have one of the more complete rosters. They have a legit 1 in Eric, a legit 2, and a legit 3, and a serviceable 4 from the mound. I think that they have the ability to beat anybody in the league, and if they're playing at their best, they're a top team. So I think the Sluggers would be the team you would not want to see, or I would not want to see, come a second-round matchup.
Tough choices, but Bo beat you to it on that one. He did have a lot of good points, though, too. Not just the fact that he
Mhm.
said the team.
And I'm not wearing orange.
We were all
shirt
thinking-
with, green shorts.
It's a good look.
The Halloween colors, a little pumpkin action. All right, so we're gonna
Sorry, I didn't hear.
we're
you
gonna
around
go
the game.
to since Greg doesn't have a lot of questions and he likes a couple of these fake questions. We're gonna go to one silly question here to end off the
We're
podcast.
gonna put this whole.
I'm
game
not
on
a-
silly question.
Yes. Yep, sure do. Question. Caleb, we'll start with you. Does Moselle replace Kyle Jansen as the Leroy dad?
Considering he's not a dad, that would be no. And considering we do have a dad in the league, Tim Wilcher should be the dad of the league.
He's the dad of the league.
Especially with the rules that are
No
gonna be
coaching.
dropped.
No coaching, Sheriff.
Especially with the rules that are going to be dropped coming in, talking about certain alcoholic beverages that we'll get into at a later date. Moselle is not the dad of the league. It's Tim.
All right. Bo.
I don't believe that's right. I do believe that Moselle is the dad of the league. Just looking at his last week attire. I mean, those loafers, those jean shorts, and that tucked-in nice polo shirt. I mean, he looked dad-like as ever. And Tim, he's walking around in gym shorts, and his kids are inside playing.
Tim is a biological father.
And Tim's
know,
wife and
but-
kids were out there last week playing.
Yeah, but he wasn't being a dad to them. He was more focused on the game.
Well,
Moselle was coaching his team like the father he never is. Because he's not one.
But that just goes. All right, just give it to
But
me
we're
now,
talking
'cause he
about
just
we're
pointed
talking
out-
about
No.
the dad of the
He
league.
just
We're
completely-
talking about the dad of the league. We're not talking about biological fathers.
you
We're
said
talking
like
about
the
the
dad-
dad of wiffle ball.
But you just
and
said
that would
like
be
the
Moselle
dad he isn't.
because the dad would coach
Please
wiffle
tell
ball
me
you
players
heard what he
'cause
said.
I'm
the
I'm hearing all this, and
he's
this is
the
a hard
dad
decision.
of wiffle ball because he's coaching his players like the sons he does not have.
Oh my God.
If we're talking about biological fathers,
give
then
this
yes,
to Bo,
there's
I will not be your
there's a
co-host.
few biological fathers playing and ignoring their kids on Wednesday night.
After this
But Moselle comes and plays his wiffle ball kids every
Oh
night.
my gosh, you want this shit bad.
So take that orange shirt off and let's fight like real men.
Oh,
Drop the mic
Okay.
on Rowdy.
All right. Well, this is a hard decision. Because one, I just don't want to be killed by Bo, but two, they both made some great points there. This is the toughest decision I've had to make. When Caleb decided to go on Arthur Reed last final answer, last time we did this. Oh man. I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say Bo takes the win.
Thank you. That's what.
My
Okay.
man got it.
All right. Yep. That was Jared.
So
Slight
Going
win.
Corn is now taking applications for a new co-host.
Get out of here.
Considering I will not be on any more shows
Yes, you
from
will.
this point going forward. You think I'm kidding?
I'd like to thank my mother, my father.
FaceTime.
My sister's rarely home anymore, but I love her dearly.
You just gave this fucking clown the win.
Hey, he's got his FaceTime. Shut up.
After he just contradicted his own point in his final answer. Mute
Yeah,
me.
but
I
you
don't
were
give a
talking about
fuck.
biological fathers, and that's not a point of wiffle ball dads.
Anyway, so Bo, anything else?
I'd like to thank my fellow Badger, Jared. He's a real cutie. He's single, ladies. If any
Okay,
girls actually
anyway,
listen to this.
so that's it
He
for
won't talk to you,
FaceTime.
though.
That's
The
it for
girls
going
listen to
corn.
this? Are you guys out there?
So,
Please come to wiffle ball. I need more eye candy.
anyway, so couple,
Anyway, this is my plug for my going
just
corn.
stop. Yeah. So anyway, a couple of announcements before we get going. Sign up for the tournament. Spots filling up fast. We probably only got about 10, 11 left. Caleb, do you have some news that you want to announce? Or do we not? Are we waiting on that?
I'm going to make an official statement later.
All right. Sounds good. So, be looking for some big news. Follow us at Classic Wiffle for the tournament. Get signed up. July 21st for the tournament, July 20th social. All right. It's been a fun time. Until next time, this has been Going Corn.
Good to know you guys. I'm done. See ya.